Hello friends, my name is Tarun Lunia. I am from Bennett University, E19CSE first year. Before starting the presentation, I would like to draw your attention towards the beautiful quote, and that is Shramev Jayate, which means hard work wins. My whole presentation would be about what is an iOS app? What is an app? Some interesting facts on Apple. What is the difference between iOS and Android apps? And what are the tools which we can use to master iOS app development? Now first, before jumping into the ocean, let's first measure the depth of the ocean, and that is, what is an app? An app is a short form in lame language of application. What is an app? An app is a piece of software which runs or performs a particular task. Either they can perform it in an online mode or in offline mode. And they are widely used in laptop, PCs and smartphones. Some of the basic examples or popular examples of educational apps are Udemy, edX, Coursera and many more. There are mainly three types of apps: desktop apps, mobile apps and web apps. You can differentiate between these three by just remembering the name. Now, what is an iOS and its app? iOS is mainly a mobile operating system which has been created and designed for and by Apple products and Apple Incorporated. It's an operating system that presently powers all of the Apple products, including iPhone, iPad and iPad Touch. It's the second most popular operating system globally after Android. It was first incorporated in iPhone and then it shifted to iPod Touch in September of 2007 and then to iPad in December or January of 2010. Now we move on to what is the difference between iOS and Android apps for better understanding. First, affordability. As we know, because of the Apple's brand value and its good and very smart marketing, Apple products are very costly, because of which the iOS apps which are built or run on Apple products are very tough, or we can say very pricely to use. While in compared to Android apps, Android as an operating system is available in all of the phone markets except the Apple ones, and it ranges from cheap to expensive mobile phones. Hence, it can be accessed and afforded by all of the human population. Hence, in the case of affordability, the real winner is Android because it's cheap and accessible throughout. Now, we move on to Play Store. In the case of Play Store, it's the iOS apps versus Android apps. It's the App Store versus Play Store. It's very difficult to organize a large bunch of millions of apps and games, and neither of both, that is Play Store nor App Store, is perfect. But App Store provides a better browsing experience on your phone and does a better job with curated recommendations. Hence, in the case of app stores, or we can say in the case of stores, it's iOS which wins the race. Now we come to security. iOS apps, or iOS in particular, or we say Apple in general, has been popular because of its rigid and believing fact that security or privacy is a must for all its users. Apple prioritizes user privacy by including Touch ID, Face ID, and the tight oversight that has on all the products, on all the apps in Apple products, and the ability to push out updates to more and more devices more quickly, which provide it a definitive edge over Androids. Also, we know that Apple prioritizes user safety or privacy so much that even it went to a war with FBI to guarantee your right to encryption. It's hard to beat that kind of dedication. There is no denying that the iOS is the most secure platform and the one that best protects user privacy. Now let's come to Android. Android is behind in the update world. Android encrypts some data, but your privacy is less protected. Google mines your data for information that it can use to sell better ads and market products to you. Your data is also stored and read to provide you with a better AI experience. Hence, in both comparisons, our winner is iOS apps. Coming to cloud services, Google provides 15 GB for free and has a cross-platform support. You get 5 GB with iCloud and it only works with Windows, Mac and iOS. Android's cloud storage is easier to use and more effective than iCloud. You can also use Google Drive on an iPhone, whereas iCloud is iOS only. Now coming to cloud services of iOS. If you need an additional space, Google used to be the cheapest at $2 per month for 100 GB. But Apple dropped its prices to match. Apple charges $1 for 50 GB or $4 per month for 200 GB. Hence, in the comparison of cloud services, it's the Android which bites the iOS dust. Hence, our winner is. Hence, throughout the slides in which we have compared Androids and iOS, the comparison we know that in the main areas like security, app storage or data storage, data mining, privacy, it's the iOS which leaves a mark and runs over Android completely. In the present slide, these are some of the development tools which you can use to develop iOS apps. Either you be a beginner in developing, or you be an intermediate in developing, or you be a professional in developing. These are some of the basic and most widely sought tools for iOS app development that are Xcode, Alcatraz, Mockingbird, Cocoa Controls, Bijengo, Dribble, Captivate, Sip, and Applizer. Now, as we are at the end of the presentation, I would like to end the presentation on some interesting facts about Apple, and that are Apple has sold over 1 billion iPhones. There are 200 patents for just one iPhone. The original iPhone project was top secret, and a study by IBM shows that iPhone users are more loyal than any other smartphone users. Hence, I thank you all who are watching to watch this presentation and to dedicate your precious time on this presentation to learn what are iOS apps, what's the difference between iOS and Androids, and how do we use or build iOS apps? Hence, I believe that this presentation has worked for your benefit, and by seeing this presentation, you must add some knowledge in the pile that's present before. Hence, at last, I would thank you